Like we think of something
Mhm.
about something and we see a lot of ads running here and there about that particular thing.
I would rather call it like an intermediary between reality and not reality.
Don't think of Rajasthan. Think of Goa, a headphone which also cleans your ears. Should I pay attention to the music which is going on in my ear, or should I be scared that the thing which is clearing my earwax is not hitting my eardrum?
To be honest, this reminds me of the episode of Charlie Chaplin.
Hello, welcome or welcome back to Tech Gappa, which is the first ever tech podcast show in India. We are the hosts. I'm Amogh,
I'm Sumedh.
I'm Mohit.
and we discuss all things tech in a simplified way. You ask why we do it? It's simple. We are technically nerds. Before we begin with today's episode, Tech Gappa is now available on Spotify as well as YouTube Music now. So you can stream our podcast on these two platforms as well. The very good thing about YouTube Music specifically is that for free of cost, you can simply play any podcast of your choice, and you can simply listen it by locking the screen. Earlier, it was a feature of YouTube Premium or YouTube Red, but now YouTube has removed this feature from the premium version and made it available for free to all users.
for
So
the for
now,
the YouTube music basically.
yeah, for
Oh yeah,
YouTube
that's
Music.
good.
Yeah.
That's great.
So now you can tune in to Tech Gappa on YouTube Music and listen to our podcast whilst you are doing any other jobs. Like you can listen our podcast while you're commuting, doing some chores, or playing it on your home speaker or any of that kind. So you can now listen to Tech Gappa on YouTube Music as well. So
That's
that's
great.
that's a good one. So today we'll be discussing much more about CES, which happened in Las Vegas. So before we begin, I got a lot of feedback from the previous episode about CES. A lot of my friends and family members were really keen to know about what exactly CES is about. So I thought, maybe just explain what CES is exactly before we begin the today's episode, and what exactly, or rather why are we so excited about CES in specific and not any other keynote speeches. I mean, yes, we are uh, excited about other keynote speeches as well, but CES specifically is very, very important for all the people who are tech enthusiasts, you can say, basically. So let me just read out Wikipedia article, because we have some listeners on Spotify and YouTube Music as well. So the textbook definition of CES is Consumer Electronics Show, which is held in Las Vegas every year in the month of January. So it's first week of January. It goes on for 4 days, 4 long days, and not everyone is allowed to attend that show. If you are a company who wants to showcase their products, so as they call it, exhibitor, is that correct, Mohit?
Yeah, I think so.
Exhibitor,
Yeah.
yes, yeah.
They are exhibitors.
Exhibitors are allowed in that show, or if you are a media person, then you can attend that show. So if you are a random normal guy, you cannot simply sign up for a pass and attend the CES.
Yeah.
So it is a big deal for all the people. So mostly famous YouTubers like Marcus Brownlee, MKBHD, for commonly known as MKBHD, or Jerry Rig Everything, Linus Tech Tips, they attend CES, and
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is why it's really a big deal.
yeah.
So
Because this year I think so, 140K audience was there, the visitors count,
Oh,
and 4,500 plus exhibitors were there. So it
yeah.
wow,
was huge. It was huge.
Yeah. I think and like the biggest number is always with the startups, right? Like most of the startups, especially like the big tech or rather the famous startups, niche ones, everyone get their
Yeah.
thing going on in CES.
yeah,
So
so
I think if you're a techie or an exhibitor, you can just go into CES, but not if you're an exhibitionist.
yeah,
Okay.
so like they define it as the event typically hosts presentations of new products and technologies in the consumer electric industry only.
Right. And how
So
many years it is like going on?
yeah, it is actually, this is new for me as well. It is going on since 1967. So the
Oh,
first CES was held in New York in 1967.
Was
And
way,
the kickoff
way, very
speaker,
old.
yeah, it's too
yeah,
old. It's probably 56 or 57 years old, I guess.
Yeah.
yeah, nearly
And
58, I guess.
yeah,
Yeah.
maybe. So normally the show begins with someone's keynote speech, is
Mm,
what
Mhm.
is the ritual all about. So the first year in 1967, chairman of Motorola Corp, Mr. Bob Galvin, was the kickoff speaker for that.
mhm.
So this year it was Jensen Huang from Nvidia. So
Yeah.
Nvidia is a big company which mm, produces or manufactures a lot of GPUs, or graphical processing unit as they call it. So I think it depends upon, like, the keynote speaker depends upon maybe the buzz going on in the industry, tech
The
industry.
popularity.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
obviously.
Because back in 60s, late 60s, I think Motorola was one of the pioneers of uh, bringing in the electronics revolution, I guess.
Hmm.
Yeah, quite a lot. Like
Yeah, because
right from
first,
semiconductors down
Yeah.
to making the first cell phones.
yeah,
Like Motorola has a rich history. Yeah.
yeah. So normally there are two shows which are held. One is, as they call it, winter and summer.
Summer. Yeah.
So in Las Vegas, it's winter CES, and in
Mhm.
summer, it's in Chicago. But I think winter one is the most popular one because
Because of the
I don't
Las
know
Vegas.
why. Yeah, one in the Las Vegas.
Obviously.
Yeah, yeah, maybe. Oh, yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
No one wants
Yeah.
to go to Chicago in that case. But yeah, I have never seen a lot of news about summer CES.
Mm.
Yeah.
I mean, there's always a hype. Maybe there are different
It's
shows. We have MWC in Spain as well, Mobile World Congress, which is
yeah.
MWC, wherein a lot of smartphone manufacturers only they
Uh,
showcase their
I
products.
think I think you can compare the Las Vegas CES with San Diego Comic Con, and the other ones is like the other Comic Cons that you
Yeah,
don't generally hear about. So it's that kind of hype within the tech world.
yeah. So, coming back to our episode, so today we'll mostly be discussing about a lot about CES and why it is, or rather, what are the key takeaways from CES. So, in detail, we'll be discussing about what were the new product which were
Hmm.
showcased by LG, Samsung. So we have air purifiers, we have a lot of buzz going on by AI, around AI. Then we have transparent OLED displays by LG.
Yeah.
We have, I think this year CES was a more of pet centric, is what I feel.
Mhm.
A lot of products were revolving around pets. So if you have this pet, if you have cats, if you have dogs, there are certain purifiers, there are certain cameras, maybe intelligent cameras or something.
Hmm.
But yeah, so in today's episode, we'll be discussing that as well.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So earlier, like in previous episode, we did discuss about Honda's EV, which is Zero as they call it.
Mm.
And in addition to that, we had discussed about NVIDIA GPUs as well.
Right.
Uh, so yeah, today we'll be discussing more about what exactly is going on in CES and what were the highlights. I mean, there were some products which were totally useless. Like we discussed Bosch's AI crib, and Sumedh was not cribbing,
Yeah.
ideally.
Correct.
But yeah, I mean, there were some good products and bad products as well. So we'll be discussing or rather taking a look at over those products as well, because there was a lot of AI stuff in this
A
year's
lot.
CES. I mean, earlier, I mean, me and Sumedh, as far as we remember, we are following CES from 2014.
Yeah.
So back then it was really intriguing. The
Yeah.
CES was really fascinating.
Hmm.
Back in those days, there was the AI was just beginning. It was ML, machine learning boom at
Correct.
that,
Yeah,
not
exactly.
AI.
I think the AI or even the ML space came like for the past 5 years, I guess. Past five
Yeah,
years, it has been on a boom, and this year's CES was like very AI centric.
yep,
Like each and everything had that asterisk there with like AI included kind of
Yeah.
yeah.
thing.
So we had earlier back in the days, I remember we had seen smart refrigerators wherein made by Samsung,
Hmm.
wherein there was machine learning applied. There were cameras inside of the refrigerator, and a person walks into the supermarket, and he just turns on that camera through his app while he was in the supermarket. And
Mhm.
then he had asked the refrigerator saying, how many eggs do I have in my fridge? So using machine learning and image processing, the fridge was able to reply, you have 3 eggs left in a tray, you need to buy 7 more, or something of that kind. So this was developed back in those times. So it was
Mhm.
really ahead of time. Or maybe back in 2019, LG had unveiled this rollable TV,
Yeah.
which is now available for 3 lakh rupees in India. You
My
can
God.
still buy that. So it, for appearance point of view, okay, let's just take a look at that
Yeah.
as well.
When you paint this picture of a foldable display, it's
Hmm.
like a Back to the Future 2's fanboy's dream come true, right?
Yeah.
And you see Marty's mother like pulling on that curtain and that display
Mhm.
just goes away. I think we are finally catching up with the inventions that should have been there, from Back to the
Yeah.
Future.
So yeah, so this is what I'm talking about. So if you take a look at this image, it sort of doubles as a speaker or sound bar.
Yeah. It has a soundbar below.
Yeah. And there's a small tiny gap behind, yeah, in the rear side. So this is the sound bar. This is the sound bar, and this is where the TV sits in. So when you turn the TV on, the display or the TV comes right up from this particular cap, and when you switch it off, it
Mhm.
goes in. So
Oh,
it is sort of a space saver, I guess. But this was showcased in CES 2019, so that was really fun. That was really
Hmm.
yeah,
fun.
That time, I think so. LG has stepped up the game with the OLEDs. So that was the same
uh,
time.
yeah,
So after that, they started to push OLEDs in their consumer market as well. Like for
Yeah,
example, they developed the screens, and then of course Samsung uh, going back to their game again, and then the foldable kind of smartphones will be have introduced basically.
mhm,
So
yeah,
that was their initiative to introduce this something kind of a rollable, bendable kind of a thing.
yeah. But
yeah,
uh, looking at this, I think Samsung was, intrigued, and they were like pissed off, like, okay, rollable TVs, maybe I should do something else. And hence they introduced free resolution active matrix LED blocks. So I
yeah,
think we have worked in that field, right, Mohit?
Yeah, so active LED is kind of a completely different domain altogether.
Hmm.
So OLED, they called it as a organic LEDs or something like that. It is kind of uh, like the mechanism which is separated. So earlier days,
Yeah,
the display has some kind of a backlit, but the OLED is something that it like emits a color by itself. So there is no backlit is required. And
yeah,
without,
yeah,
because it is a not a backlit is required, it is sandwiched in between the layers. and it emits its own light. So that's why they are actually uh, very thin. So it is kind of a
Yeah.
wallpaper, kind of a thin display.
Yeah.
So that way they have achieved this thing about
Yeah.
because of the organic. All the power sources and the controller behind that is kept aside. So it is connected through the bus, and you can actually position
Yeah.
it wherever you want.
I think,
On the
yeah.
front end, you can see only the wallpaper or the kind of
Correct. Yes, that's
display.
right.
I
So,
think so. And
if you, I'll just share it. If you take a look at it, it feels like you know. So this is Samsung's website. If you
Yeah.
see here,
You if you are talking about this, this is kind of a wall. The wall is the
yeah.
product is for the direct view LED. So direct view
I was talking
LED,
about this.
yeah. So direct view LED is basically active LED. So
Mhm.
there are kind of much uh, more size kind of LED bulbs, you can say,
Mhm.
and it configured as a pixel pitch.
Yep.
So the pixel pitch is determined by the fact that the distance between two pixels, you
Right.
can
Mhm.
say like that. So more the pixel pitch is lower, the density or the resolution will be much higher. And
Ah,
you're talking about the free resolution kind of a thing. So this can be achieved with the free resolution kind of a solution. So you can actually do
Oh,
whatever you wanted to. It's completely modular.
yeah.
And of
mhm.
course, there is a catch. It is not completely modular because that panel we call it as a cabinet, and inside the cabinet there is a tile. So that tile size is remain the same. So we have to
Hmm.
Mhm.
just have to consider the tile size, and with that tile size you can actually maximize your complete wall. So if you can see the nowadays displays or the big kind of a video walls on the highways, nowadays it is coming up.
Yeah.
This
Mhm.
is the same technology which is called as a active LED technology, and
Yeah.
there will
Okay.
be coming kind of more and more advantages of it is a weatherproof kind of a material or high brightness kind of a solution.
Yeah.
So it is depending on where you wanted to pitch or where you wanted to sell that particular product. So
Exactly. Yeah.
it is like
Yeah.
that.
LG has unveiled $60,000 transparent TV.
Hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. Who has $60,000? That's
That's a
someone's
decent chunk of change.
exactly, and it that figure is someone's annual salary in US. But yeah, LG is LG.
Do you think salaried man will buy this?
No, I mean maybe some might buy it. No go.
I think the guy who usually gives out the salaries might buy this.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true. So this is LG is calling this as signature OLED
Mm-hmm.
TV,
Mm-hmm.
which
Mhm.
is transparent. So you can see this is a living room.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah,
I yeah, I think what LG's branding is like their signature line usually has different concepts every year, right?
right.
Like the folding one you showed me earlier, it was also their signature lineup.
Yep.
Now it's this.
I
But if
don't know
you
the use case of this in a consumer level market, but of course there is a professional market which uses this kind of a display. So LG
yeah,
has introduced this like 2 3 years back. I've seen it.
yeah,
So it is basically useful for the experience center kind of a scenario where you
Hmm.
wanted to showcase some kind of a product or launching of some kind of a product, but with the information on the glass pane. So it is kind
Hmm.
of a that can say the use case of the transparent OLED. And of course, it is a OLED only. The technology is the same. Only they are using kind of a transparent OLED and transparent electrodes in in
yeah.
uh, in that. So
But also, if you
Yeah.
look closely here, not everything is transparent. I mean, some portion is transparent. So if you look
Uh-huh.
here, this portion
yeah,
is
of
not
course,
transparent.
of course. So they
But
use kind of a shade also at the back. If they
yeah,
wanted to see some kind of a movie or something,
Hmm.
they they can actually
so
have
they can
that
black out. Yeah,
correct.
they can
Yeah.
black it out. But just imagine here in India, we have this, and behind the transparent section of that screen, we have
Hmm.
something heavily distracting, say fireworks.
Yeah,
I mean, that's so annoying.
it will be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So my point was that only how it is useful in the consumer level market. That is the
That needs to be
question.
thought. Yeah, that needs
Yeah.
to be.
I think it's less of a use case, more of a gimmick right now.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
until and unless you like improve upon that, I don't think so. It's going to hit the regular consumer market soon.
Yeah.
But we never know. I mean, because back in 2019, we also thought of this particular thing, or rather, we also had similar thoughts on rollable TV, which goes into the sound bar when not
Hmm.
required,
Yeah.
and it is projected up when you require or when you switch it on. So back then, again, it was termed as, maybe it's not really helpful in consumer market, but I personally have not seen anyone buying those rollable TVs, but
Hmm.
they are in the consumer
No,
market.
there are people. So see, it is all about experience. So
Yeah,
if you want to wow your guest or something like that, you can definitely use those gimmicks, as Sumit said.
Yeah.
So
right,
there will be kind of a see the voice command enabled home automation. It is it is not a day-to-day kind of a thing, but if you wanted to kind of go ahead with this, you can apply all those gadgets which are voice enabled in your home.
right.
So
Hmm.
it is kind of that thinking. But yeah, it's good. Uh, we need to check more and more use cases in the consumer level market. So our viewer, if they want, they have anything in their mind, they can just do let us know through the comment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. So speaking of displays, now that we are discussing about OLEDs and everything, Lenovo this year has launched a ThinkBook, or
Hmm.
basically a laptop,
Hmm.
which is normally a 14-inch laptop, right? But it has this one button wherein you can extend your display to
Hmm.
a certain height. So
Okay.
we have seen rollable displays, but laptops is something new. So this is what caught my attention.
Hmm.
So this is the original laptop screen, and
Mm.
Hmm.
on pressing the button, this is the extended part. So
Okay,
this
so
will
it's
Ah.
kind of
actually
a mechanical lift
correct, yeah.
is
Hmm.
So just to quote, notebook with a 14-inch OLED screen at a resolution of so and so, but pressing a button on raising your hand brings a motor to life that vertically expands the display to 16.7 inches
yeah.
with an extended
Uh-huh.
resolution of so and so. That's enough extra screen real estate for two stacked 16 by 9 windows, a perfect for watching two movies
Hmm.
simultaneously.
Yeah. So
So you,
basically doubles the width,
yep.
practically, so to say.
Yeah.
So you can convert your laptop into a tablet, maybe,
Yeah.
Mm.
because it is
Correct.
it is like a tablet. It
Yes.
looks like a
It's
tablet after exposure.
it's like one of those flip phones, but without the flip.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just with a motor.
Hmm.
So again, sliding displays are back.
Sliding displays in the laptop. Oh.
Yeah, in
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
laptop, yeah,
Yeah.
specifically.
Yeah.
I mean, we have seen sliding phones back in
Yes.
the
Hmm.
days. I
This
used to
one.
love the sound of that.
Yeah.
I think Motorola Razr was like one of
Yeah,
the big ones,
motor,
right?
but it was a flip motorizer.
Ah, yeah, yeah. I mean, the thinner ones, the Razr thing.
Yeah. I used to love the thud of shutting the motor down. Tuck.
Yeah.
I
Satisfying.
remember Dwight. I remember Dwight doing it.
Uh,
Hmm.
But yeah, coming back to the laptops, this one costs about $3,500.
mhm.
So that's Ui, ui, ui.
Wow.
So that's 3 lakh rupees.
Yeah, only. Yeah.
Yeah.
Only. Okay.
Also no mention of tax, so maybe
Mhm.
I think
maybe
so.
tax.
When the Asus launched that Duo series, their uh, I think so Vivo Book Duo or
Yeah,
something.
VivoBook, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So it was also on the same ballpark figure about 3 lakhs
Is it?
Yeah.
with the dual display kind of a thing.
So in that particular case, I would love to see the specifications of this ThinkBook, Lenovo ThinkBook Plus Gen 6
Yeah.
is what they are saying.
There
So,
will be a flavors, I think so, in the specification. It's more the news is about all about the kind of a display
oh,
slider.
this is a good image. Wait. So this explains the hinge and everything better, or the rollable part better. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
See, this is the
Hmm.
this contraption is loaded inside. On button
Uh-huh.
press, this comes out, or rather, this goes up.
Goes up, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, they are saying 66. Oh yeah, this is interesting. ThinkBook was thoroughly tested and rated for at least 30,000 closings and openings for its lid hinge
Mm-hmm.
and 20,000 rolls both up and down.
Okay.
And it has got 66 watt hour battery,
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
but I don't see anything else. I mean, no word about the processors, the RAMs. Oh yeah, here it is.
There is, yeah.
Yeah.
It can be configured. Again,
Okay.
nothing is confirmed. It can be configured with Intel Ultra Core 7 Series 2 processor, 1 TB SSD, 32 GB
Mm-hmm.
of DDR5 RAM. It
Mm-hmm.
has got two Thunderbolt 4 ports, 3.5 mm jack.
Mm-hmm.
So be prepared to live the dongle life if you need a USB-A or a card reader. I don't know
Yeah.
what that means.
But yeah,
But
So
yeah, I think,
basically
looks
you
interesting, yeah.
yeah,
yeah,
I mean there is no full size port on that all Thunderbolt, so you
Hmm.
have to have a dongle ready with you.
Okay. But I think it's pretty cool. I mean,
For the
i7,
multitasking, it's pretty cool.
yeah, I mean, i7, 1 TB hard disk, 32 GB RAM.
Mm-hmm.
That's more than good, I guess.
Uh-huh.
Although I'll be interested in seeing how durable it is. I mean, this particular image is so dangerous. What if
Yeah.
someone keeps a weight on it, this part?
Yeah. Might have some testings done for that, but as of now, I
Yeah,
think so. The main selling point for this would be like extending the breadth of the
extending
Correct,
display.
the width. Yeah,
correct.
that's
Yeah.
correct. This year's CES, we we have seen smart lipstick for those with disabilities.
Smart
Okay,
lipstick.
Yeah.
that is that is really interesting. What's that?
Okay.
So, uh, let me just read it out for our listeners on. Um,
So how it is like the it color like
no,
can
so
change the color or
no, it's for the
how?
disabled people specifically.
Okay.
So I'll just quote the article. A
Uh,
Brazil-based beauty company is blending AI robots with lipstick to make cosmetics more accessible. Okay. It would be like this. You sit in front of a machine the size of a rice cooker. Again, this article is written by an American. Size of a rice cooker. I mean, okay. So size of a rice cooker that uses AI to scan the shape of your lips and your skin tone. After
Okay.
about a minute, a robotic arm paints your lips one of four shades currently available. On the show floor, a curious spectator chose. Okay, it's just
So this reminds me To be honest, this reminds me of the episode of Charlie Chaplin. So where
Mhm.
he
Which one?
actually get introduced to the kind of a self-feeding machine or in a factory. So
Okay.
I just remember that episode. Yeah,
Uh,
hilarious.
I,
Yeah.
but yeah, I think this is also a good invention, or rather, this is what CES is all about, right? So
yeah.
thinking out of the box, not AI, not AI.
Exactly.
But
Yes.
yeah, it still uses AI, but it's not completely revolving around AI.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is good initiative, of course, but I doubt about its usability. So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
You can always say something about practicality, but again, when it comes to these kind of products, it's a hit and miss sometimes. I think this one is something new, something
yeah,
different that you heard,
of
right?
course. Yes.
It's something, I mean, in 2025, people are still considering robots and robotic arms.
Yes.
And not, I mean, yeah, AI has the buzz, but robotics is still alive. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a
most
that's
definitely.
a yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. S- We have also seen um a headphone which also cleans your ears.
Okay.
Okay.
This is crazy. I mean, what should I do? Should I pay attention to the music which is going on in my ear, or should I be scared that the thing which is clearing my ear wax is not hitting my eardrum?
Exactly. Or forget even that. You're walking on the road.
Yeah, exactly.
I won't recommend, walking with headphones blasting of music, but say if you're just walking on the road and randomly something pokes your ears and you're just scared like so much and you just go into oncoming traffic, that'll scare me a
Yeah.
lot.
So this is also
So
AI
Anyone.
based because if there is some kind of a thing in some of the people is that if they wanted to think something, they will just scratch
Ah,
those ears. So
yeah,
so AI will detect that mood and it will start itching or just
yeah, exactly.
tingling your ear.
Rather than you scratching something,
Exactly.
you just let something else do it for you.
Yeah.
yeah,
Crazy.
but I think at times it has happened. Like we think of something
Mhm.
about something and we see a lot of ads running here and there about that particular thing. I mean, sometimes I feel that the thing which we are, or the thoughts, they have particular frequency emitting out which our phones are able to catch.
No, actually,
That's what
phone
I
is
feel.
listening to your communication all the time. So that's the
Yeah,
thing.
Yeah.
but even if I'm thinking, I think of maybe a particular chocolate or particular brand,
Yeah.
a particular
Mhm.
bike for that matter, and I see a lot of ads running here and there.
So that
Okay,
is
so
your
coming.
supernatural energy.
But
Yeah.
apparently, coming back to these headphones come cleaner, ear cleaner. This particular thing has camera inside of it.
Hmm.
So let
Okay.
me just read it out here. Ear care company B-Bird has earwax on display at CES. Its new over-the-ear cleaner that looks like some brand name headphones has small cameras and sensors which hook up to an app on your cell phone that shows you the wax inside your ear canal.
So
Why
this is not a headphone. This is this is a kind of a only what
only
we
a
can say.
ear
Yeah,
cleaner?
the ear cleaner. Yeah, correct.
Yeah, exactly. Although this
Looks like a
well,
headphone, but it is not a
Yeah.
headphone.
Yeah, so
yeah,
my bad.
I think the headphone part is like, an additional feature of you can listen to music or
Yeah, we
something
have
like that.
to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah, but if you see this, like I know I'm just reading off this what do you say? Oh, you just closed it. Okay. So
Oh,
basically,
sorry. Were you
what
reading it? Wait. Yeah.
No. I just wanted to say, like, the chief marketing officer, she's saying that the tagline of the newest product is called ear care that you can see. Uh, I see, like, based off of trends, people, like watching these clips where they like clean your ears or something, or rather than those
Yeah.
popping the
Oh, is it?
pimples or something
Acne.
like that,
Acne.
and
Yeah.
people capture that with a macro lens camera. So there was this thing which I think it's called blackhead, right? Something that is like
Blackheads, yeah.
picked out or something. Yeah. So there was this I came across this something. There's like range of channels and stuff which record them sucking out those blackheads and something. So if
It's weird.
they are kind of like targeting the hype market, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you see here,
Uh-huh.
they are saying ear care you can see. So
Exactly.
technically it's not cleaning, it's just viewing.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's like
So
tapping into the hype market again.
why
No,
should
they have demonstrating the water washing ear cleaner. So I think so. It is a cleaner. It should be.
I
I don't
mean,
know.
it works as a cleaner. You can
sort
see
of
it
confusing?
See
working,
it. Yeah. See it
and you
working
can
like
listen
this.
to music as an additional, feature
No,
set.
but if if I want to check out or if I want to see the earwax in my ear, I'll walk down to my brother or someone in my house and just tell them to clean it for me if my hand is not accessible. I mean, why do you need a gadget for that?
And not everybody lives with families, so
Yeah, of course. Why is it is not a question for the innovation.
exactly. I-
So
Why does one want to specifically look
yeah.
out for
So
their earwax is a
this is not a
different thing,
question,
but
of
yeah.
course.
But I mean, okay, yeah, I mean, yeah,
There
not
are
not
some example who creates the needs. So
yeah, maybe,
Yeah,
maybe, yeah.
maybe.
maybe that might be true.
Maybe we need to buy that Bosch crib now, since we are just cribbing on stuff.
Yeah.
So, moving on to the next update, BMW brings in the funny man to showcase their heads-up display. Oh, they are terming it as
HUD.
panoramic heads-up display.
Okay.
Yeah, the HUD is a big thing.
Yeah.
BMW specifically, I remember a few years ago. I don't know exactly which year, but they presented this helmet. I think I don't remember if it was in CES or just some other show. But BMW being in the motorcycle segment as well, they were trying to push out this helmet, which had that heads-up display, a small
Mm-hmm.
lens here down near your visor, and it used to show you your current speed, so you don't have to look down physically, and you can just focus on the road. And also, if there were like some uh, specific road signs, such as follow a speed limit or certain that you might have missed because you're going fast, it would capture it in a way and just, indicate you subtly that you have to slow down because you're going above the limit.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of
Kind
did
of
that.
alerts,
And
basically.
yeah, alerts and stuff. It was quite interesting. So I'm actually looking forward to seeing what they've brought up.
Yeah, so just to simplify stuff for our
Mm-hmm.
folks, heads-up display is something like this. So nowadays we
Yeah.
can see in Baleno or maybe high-end cars. I think Brezza as well. So it's
Okay.
Mhm.
basically small glass or plastic medium on which you see your speed. In terms of cars, you see your odometers, your current gear, the speed, and it it is in between your, or we can say that it's in a straight line, so you don't have to look somewhere else, so you don't have to take your eyes off of the road. So that's called heads up display. So because we don't
Yeah.
have to look down to see what the speed is, or so in some cases we see directions, navigation, turn left in 500 meters or something like that in the heads up display. So this particular image shows what a heads up display is. So yeah, so
Yeah.
now BMW is
I think
coming up
just
with
adding to a
something.
point of heads-up display, I think even the transparency quite helps,
Yeah,
doesn't render you completely distracted or something like that.
yeah. I've also seen in some high-end cars that I think it's in Camry Hybrid.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see a glass element coming up.
Mhm.
It's directly projected onto the glass.
Okay.
What I guess, yeah. So there is no like in the image we saw right now, there is an additional element which is coming up.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
it's in between. It's a physical element in between the windshield and the steering wheel. So in some cars, in some high-end cars, you don't have that popping up.
So it's like a holographic display of
Yeah,
sorts, right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, they are bringing in some panoramic heads up. I don't know what, but I think that is definitely a cool space to watch out for.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a wrap on our CES video this week, and I hope we covered the entire event in detail. We sort of discussed a lot about the good inventions or good products which we saw this year. A lot less of AI stuff because it's already flooding the YouTube. So we thought we should be focusing more on certain products which are not really in the spotlight. So I hope you liked and enjoyed this video. Do make sure to subscribe to our channel and share it with your friends and family. And thank you so much for watching. If you are listening till here, make sure you comment CES down in the comments below so that we know you are watching till the end. And once again, thank you so much for watching and stay tuned. That's it for today. Bye.